Hi there, welcome to this video, and today I'm talking about an Aries ascendant, a Taurus moon, and a Scorpio sun. So let us understand the ascendant. So the ascendant is the degree of the zodiac that is rising on the eastern side of the horizon at the moment of your birth. And the rising sign is a sign on which this degree falls. Okay, so this is also the sign that is rising on the eastern side of your horizon. So and you have your ascendant in Aries, and Aries is your rising sign. So what do I mean by that? So the ascendant is the mask we wear. According to Jungian scholar Frida Fordham, we put on masks that are like personas, and that is how the world perceives us. So the ascendant is the persona, okay? It is the Jungian mask that we wear. It is how the world perceives us. When we walk into a room, it is our ascendant that comes across to people. That's why oftentimes people are confused with astrology. They read their sun signs and they don't know. They're like, okay, this really doesn't work for me. Okay, what do I do with this? This really doesn't work for me, okay? So you've got to know your ascendant, because that is the point of contact your soul makes at the moment of your birth. Okay, and now with an Aries ascendant, you're the infant of the zodiac, and the Aries energy is a pioneering, initiating energy, and oftentimes it's about me. Stephen Forrest, the eminent astrologer, says that the goal of Aries is enlightened selfishness. How do you use this me, selfishness and turn it to enlightenment? How do you help people with this me only energy? Believe me, there's a way to do this. Although Aries may come across as full of strife and conflict and discord, it is actually ruled by Mercury on a soul level. So it's about the higher plane of the mind, or manas. Okay, that's something about Aries we need to understand. It's about a higher ideas and thought processes. Okay. Now, the lessons on shadows of Aries are about this infant growing up, the growth pangs, the teething and everything. This is a part of the infant growing up, and we can't avoid it. Okay, so Aries oftentimes starts many things, but they are not good at completion. Okay, so that's something you need to understand if you have an Aries ascendant, is completing things. Okay, to live the true, to live in proper alignment to your Aries ascendant would be to live a life of authenticity, because Aries is a very authentic energy. You get what you see. There is no hanky-panky, there are no lies or deceit per se. Of course, Aries can be all about the chase. They can lie to you to get what they want, because again, it's about me. Remember, and enlightened selfishness is not something we all can quite grasp. Okay, so now, basically, we need to soak in experiences when we have an Aries ascendant. An ascendant is also the way we look. So having an Aries ascendant, your complexion is going to be ruddy. Okay, you're going to have prominent cheekbones, very, active, energetic eyes. People will not forget your eyes. There's definitely a sexiness to that. Pointed, slim mouths, sharp noses. Their features are sharp, and they can come across as hard and dry, because Aries is a morning sign, and it's hard because it's fire. So it's also cardinal sign. So there's a lot of shift and flux happening with Aries. But I told you it's a sign of spring. So everything springs into animation with this energy. That's so beautiful about Aries, actually. Be careful about your hair. Okay, Aries rules the head, so everything here is in focus, and also your throat, because you have Taurus moon, and Taurus rules the throat. So that too, but I'll get to that later. Now with your hair, with the difficult Mars aspects, you may have fragile hair. So be careful of that. Oiling and whatever therapy you need to do, get into that. Also, eyesight may be hampered because, you know, difficult Mars aspects. Aries rules the eye, and eyes can dry up, or other complications can arise. Ears, take care of. Again, it's part of this. And throat too, because it's Taurus, so ENT, look after that. And you definitely, when you walk into a room, your energy is palpable. Okay, people can feel it, right? You are very out there. Be careful of stress and anxiety, because Virgo is your 6th house of health. So be mindful of that. Learn to work with your Mars, okay? Learn to empower your Mars. Otherwise, you're going to be impulsive, temperamental, aggressive, violent, and whatnot, you know. Be careful of accidents and guns and stuff like that with an Aries ascendant. It's best you stay away from the arsenal of Mars, so to say. Now, with the Taurus moon, the moon is happy in Taurus. It's Venus's sign, feminine. It's a time of night. It is earth energy. It is fixed, okay? So the moon sign is our very private self. If the ascendant is the mask we wear, the moon sign is who we are when the mask falls off. It's who we are in our greatest vulnerability. It's how we connect. It's how we emote. It's how we nurture. It's how we've been nurtured. It's how we are as mothers. It's how our mothers have been to us. The moon symbolizes our mother, our everyday patterns, okay? That's why, according to esoteric astrology, the moon sign becomes your greatest challenge after the age of 35, because you have formed all these habits and emotions, and your soul cannot work its karma to fruition because of the obstacles your moon sign is posing to them. So it's best to understand the karma of your moon sign. Having Taurus moon, you're definitely concerned about beauty, harmony. You may understand money, investing, finances, stocks and shares and bonds and all that. There may be an excessive hankering for security, and no matter what, you're never happy and satisfied. Be mindful of that and learn to work with that energy. And Taurus can be about mindless hoarding. So don't give in to impulse binging when you go shopping. Don't give in to retail therapy to the point that nothing else works. You got to go out there, take your credit card and spend loads of money, and that is the only thing that makes you feel better. Don't get into that. Don't get into destructive eating patterns, because Taurus also rules our agricultural produce. It also rules our physical body and Gaia. So be mindful of what you put in your stomach, okay? With the Taurus moon, there's definitely balance that you need to understand here. And Taurus, you can be very stubborn, but understand that Taurus is about the awakening of the third eye. The fixed star Aldebaran in Taurus is all about awakening of the third eye, okay? The bull, the eye of the bull. So this is about self-realization. Interestingly, your sun is in Scorpio. It's a very difficult placement for the sun. Scorpio deals with the unconscious. It's also ruled by Mars in traditional astrology, and in modern astrology it is ruled by Pluto. So in esoteric astrology, a lot of people say Mercury and Mars both rule Scorpio. So interestingly, your moon and your sun are in opposition, because Taurus and Scorpio are polarities. So with this, there may be conflicts with your emotions and the way you express them, and your goals, what you want to achieve and what you feel about it. It may not be in harmony, okay? Scorpio is about initiation. Actually, no, Capricorn's about initiation. Scorpio is about walking the path of initiation. It's about the path of discipleship. Okay, so if you read Blavatsky's Voice of the Silence, then I think a lot of that is written for Scorpios, because that is actually the path of discipleship. Okay, Scorpio. So that's something we need to understand when we are working with this energy. And especially if you have such an afflicted Mars opposite your afflicted Sun opposite your Moon. So even your parents may be in conflict, right? Now, Scorpio is about transformation of the lower into higher, and it is the archetype of the detective. It's archetype of investigation. So this is your ambition, remember. So you definitely want to go out there, explore, and get to the crux of things. You know, being shallow does not interest you. Having an Aries ascendant, you can sometimes, you know, tune into that shallow way of just going out there, starting something and not seeing it to fruition or not getting to the crux of it. But I think with your Scorpio Sun, you definitely want to get to the crux of things. So understand and integrate duality, because with Scorpio, you are the patient as well as the psychotherapist or tarot reader or astrologer. Okay, so you are both. You are the observer watching both roles play out. And your Aries ascendant may be distracted, and your Scorpio Sun may be you know, drowning in the quagmire of the unconscious, and your Taurus Moon wants to keep harmony. But remember, get to the bottom of things, otherwise you will never truly understand the purpose of having an Aries ascendant and a Scorpio Sun, both ruled by Mars, and both quite volatile. And here again we've got Mercury that rules both, so it's coming from Manas, the higher plane of mind. So cultivate your thoughts with this, what you think, because thoughts are entities, they're energy, you know. Alexander David Neal spoke of thought forms. So be very careful of what you think, because you can manifest it. So that was a bit about Aries ascendant, Taurus Moon, and Scorpio Sun. Hope you like that video as much as I like making it for you. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and let me know what you think. Thank you.